Feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live with Colby Rebel. Here we are. This is live from South Jersey. And actually, what's amazing tonight, we will be doing this bi-coastal from New Jersey to LA. So let's see how it goes. I am phenomenally super excited about tonight. And as always, I love coming home, being with my family, and really serving spirit in this area. The people here are just wonderful and loving and kind. They always make me feel so special when I come home, and it's so supportive. So you always know how it is. I have had cooked meals every night I've been home. Cooked meals. For any of you single people out there, to have someone cook for you is like the gift within itself, right? So hope you guys are really excited. And a couple notices. First of all, I got to tell you, I have one of the greatest legends in mediumship on the show later on tonight. I absolutely am so honored to have Mavis Pittilla on. Mavis has been serving spirit for over 50 years. I don't know if she wants me bragging that or not. She's incredible and loving. So I can't wait to have her on later on. But first, we've got some time together, okay? I have an event, one more event in South Jersey tomorrow night. It is Fiesta Friday. So super excited for that. And Tony, if you could show that banner, that would be great. It's the Fiesta Friday, the yellow one.
It's up.
Oh, okay, thanks. Sorry. I only see one, so sorry, you guys.
Oh, that's okay.
The Fiesta Friday is going to be so much fun. It's in Alloway. That's like Cowtown. And I know I said that last time, but literally that's what it's called, Cowtown. Isn't that funny, Tony? Cowtown?
I love Cowtown.
It's like this huge outdoor marketplace, which is really fun. So it's going to be a great night and a great show, and we're looking forward to it. It's at an outdoor pavilion. So the tickets, there's only a few tickets left. So if you're in South Jersey and you want to come join us, there's a link that is on my Facebook page. Click that link and get your ticket, okay? The other thing, too, is I've only got 1 or 2 spots left for Saturday. They are private sessions. They're in Glassboro. But if you've ever wanted that private, that one-on-one, this is your time, and they're in South Jersey. So, again, on my Facebook page, which is where most of you are watching this, you can click the link and book your session. One day only, Saturday, May 12th. So I am going to take just a couple callers tonight before Mavis gets on, and we're going to have a fantastic show. I'm again, super honored to have you here. Very excited. And Tony, you just let me know if we've got an area code, and we will start taking callers. So here's a couple things, you guys. When you get through, make sure your phone is silent. No ringing, dinging, blinging. You know the rules. Want to keep that connection as clear as possible, especially when I'm remote, just because we have an added factor in the technology here to consider. So if you could do that for me. Also, please have your question ready. We want to try to get as many as we can in the little bit of time that we have before we bring Mavis on. And I'll tell you what, we had so much fun last week. There was a couple callers that got through, and then it's always fun to see in the comments how something we say, it comes forward later. They're like, oh, I know what that means. Oh, I got it. So it's a lot of fun. That psychic amnesia sometimes kicks in online, and then it makes sense later. It's so much fun. One last thing, too. I want to give a huge shout out for Adelphia's the other night. We had an amazing event there, like 140 people, something like that. It was pretty incredible. And honestly, you guys, I could never do this without the help of my family. I mean, my aunts, my cousins, my grandmother, my mom, everybody, my sister, everybody. This literally, Tony, when they say it takes a village,
Right.
it really, really takes a village. So I am so grateful for all of them and all of their help, continuous support of this work, and really kind of supporting spirit in their own way. It is pretty awesome. Whatever we do, we all like to be supported by our family, and it's wonderful to have that for myself here in Jersey. All right, so Tony, do we have any callers?
We sure do.
Okay, tell me what we got here.
We have a start with the 714.
Okay, there we go.
All
okay,
right.
here we what line
Hi,
number is that? Just so I know. Hey, 714, this is Colby.
Hi, Colby. This is Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm well, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I always look forward to hearing you on Thursdays.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Do you have a question for me tonight?
I do. I wanted to see if anyone would just come forward for me and have any messages to relay.
Okay. No, you're open to whomever steps forward because it's not like a telephone call.
Okay.
Sound good to you? Okay. And if you see me writing, I'm just writing some notes for myself, okay? Elizabeth,
Okay.
So there's definitely a woman. So what's interesting, Elizabeth, I actually feel like there's a father figure in spirit for you. But what's interesting is that there's a lady stepping forward and he's moving to the side, okay? So I would understand this lady to be mother or grandmother, but she's also showing me, well, actually, I'm going to be honest. I saw a hummingbird with her. So I feel like there's a lady stepping forward that would show herself as mother or grandmother to you. Do you understand this in spirit?
Yes, a mother figure.
Okay, and do you understand a hummingbird or a bird connected to her as well? Because the minute she stepped in, she brought a little bird with her. So do you understand the bird that she's giving me as a symbol for her?
I've had a bird outside my house for the past week, and it's a red bird that just knocks at our window and sings.
Oh my goodness. See, so she flew right in and showing this bird to let you know that this is her stepping forward and to let you know she's around. Would you also, just real quick, I'm going to stay with this mother figure for you, but do you also understand this father in spirit as well, or this man that would show himself as father to you?
I have, yes, a father figure that passed, an uncle who was like a second father to me.
Okay, so he's just stepping aside, so I'm just going to let you know that, because he really is letting this lady step forward first, okay? She's giving me this really, this warmth about her, So I feel like she's a bit robust. Would you understand that? Like, she gives me this full feeling about her. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. She also gives me the feeling of constantly, there's a laughter. So I know she would laugh a lot, right? Because she's, again, showing me this hearty laugh and just this feeling of like little things could just make her laugh. I think you would do these little things and it would just, she'd get the biggest giggle out of them. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. She's also given me, do you understand the C name as well? Would you understand, I don't know if there's a Colette or a Colleen. It sounds like a K sound coming in. Does that make sense to you? Either connected in the living or in spirit?
In the living.
You do? Okay. What is that K? Can you tell me that for a minute? The K, Colette, Colleen, it's a K sound.
Kareen.
Oh, Kareen. Okay, thank you. And is Kareen your daughter, can I ask?
She is a coworker who, for the past year, have become very close since the passing of the mother figure.
Oh, so funny. Okay, so what I feel like this mother figure, what she's doing is giving us a thank you to this Kareen for standing with you, for being there for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, are you okay, Elizabeth? Oh,
I just since she's gone, she's just proven over and over that she's never left me, and it's just wonderful
Oh,
because
honey,
I
are you
have a
kidding?
fortunate friendship.
Yeah, she has not left you. Not only that, though, she keeps definitely she definitely keeps someone keeps feeding you. So I keep feeling like they keep bringing this tray around. So I know this mother figure is always sitting there making you things. I just got done talking about my family making me dinner all week, right? I feel like they're making sure that you are well taken care of, making sure that you are not in need. Does that make sense? You understand that?
Yeah, I do, absolutely.
Okay. I do want to just let you know that she wants to let you know that she's okay, because there feels to be a slowness around the passing. So I do feel like she's ill prior to the passing. You understand that as well with her?
Yes.
Okay, and she's also giving me this feeling, she brings it up one arm and down the other, so I feel like whatever she had, it makes me feel like it's spread across her body, and I feel like you were really worried, especially about those last couple months, and I know it weighs heavily on you, but she wants to let you know that she's okay. I also feel like that little pecking that you get at the window is her definitely giving you those signs that saying, look how vibrant I am. I am red, beautiful, vibrant. I am around you. Just take notice of all those signs and symbols. Okay, honey?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh,
beautiful.
You're so welcome. And thank you. And I love that she came right forward. I love too that your uncle just kind of held this space for her, which is beautiful. And it is letting you know that you are surrounded by family, by loved ones, and lots of love to Corinne for being there for you. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Colby. And just quick, comment that I've been thinking of both of them for the past week, just heavily in my heart. And the fact that they came through together, it's just, oh man, it's just overwhelming, beautifully overwhelming.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Elizabeth. Thank you. And lots of love from them to you, honey. You're welcome, honey. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. How much fun is that, right?
Love it. Love it.
I love it. So, Tony, let's take another caller.
All right, 402.
Okay, 402. Who is this?
Hey, Colby, it's Lynn. How are you tonight?
I'm well, Lynn. How are you doing, honey?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you taking the call.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, great. So I have a question about my career and where to go. I currently have a career, but I want to change paths. I'm just confused where to go next.
Okay. What's happening is, okay, here's what's interesting is I feel like this next career change is almost, I hate to do this to you, but almost completely in the opposite direction. So I feel like it is becoming there's a feeling of counseling or, a feeling of counseling, a feeling of helping others. It's interesting because do you do something a lot more technical now or something? Because it feels like I see you doing something a lot more technical, but we're moving into the service of other people now.
Yeah, yes.
Do you do something with legal or terminology or lots of contracts?
I do something with lots of contracts.
Okay. I feel like now I feel like what that calling is and why you're feeling that angst is really it's not even just a continuation of that business. It really feels like you kind of fell into that. Again, maybe sometimes we get drawn to the security of situations or it's what somebody else did in our family, so we follow suit. But I see you going more into where there's more hands-on with other people. Okay, so have you ever thought of not necessarily therapy, but counseling or some sort of communication in which you're helping other people?
I have, yes.
Okay, and this is probably where you're getting stuck. I just see you helping other people. I really do. I see you. It's a very service-oriented, one-on-one clients, that sort of thing. So have you done anything at all with training in the spiritual realm or, you know, your own intuition? Have you studied any of that yet?
Yes.
Okay. Because it feels like, that to me feels like that's what's pulling you. That's that calling. And again, you know, that's a huge, huge trust factor, but you know, it feels like you need to be putting yourself out there more. Okay. Because it feels like, it feels like you're not really, it feels like you're more playing it safe. Like maybe not everybody knows that you're out there yet. Does that make sense? Are you still in the closet, Lynn?
I'm half in the closet. Yes.
Okay, because it just feels like you got to get out of the closet. So you can do that through building more. You know, it feels like you've been practicing and you've been training, but you're not really doing it enough, like sharing it more, putting it out there more. So that's going to be your first steps, right? You can't just take that career change without really being more comfortable in telling people this is what I'm doing. I am a little crazy. Make sense?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Because I see you being able to do this more and more and more. Is this a passion of yours to say, hey, I'm going to follow this? Because this to me, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, right? But it feels like this is a calling that you can trust and one that would give you a lot more joy and freedom once you really start giving yourself permission to say, this is what I do, everybody. This is who I am, and kind of do those readings more and more.
Yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine. I don't know that I'm up to the skill level yet, or I could be putting my child through college, if you will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, you know, the thing is, I mean, that's easy enough. All it takes is, a lot of times, the biggest thing I see, Lynn, is people getting stuck with that confidence. So it's
right.
not a matter of that skill level being there. It's really a matter of that confidence. And the way that confidence will come is continue your training, do that training, build it more. And through that training, you're going to feel that confidence. And then you're going to feel like your skill level is raising. I got to tell you, when my mediumship and psychic now compared to what it was when I first started, even if we have these natural gifts, it gets stronger, it hones in. So you absolutely can develop it and find those teachers and tutors that resonate with you. Study under them, train
right.
with them. And we're going to talk about Mavis in a second. She's got a few courses coming up. You got to jump on those. That in itself right. will just take you to a whole new level. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All
okay.
right. Well,
hey, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
You're welcome, Lynn. I hope it helps. And again, it's about, you're going to have to take that leap of faith, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. Okay. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So I believe our guest of the hour might be here, but before we bring her on, let me just share a little bit about her, okay? She obviously is a spiritual medium. She's been doing this over 50 years. She teaches all around the world, everybody. I mean, you name it, she has been there. And she's also now doing some more online things, which is fantastic for those who can't make it to the UK to see her. But I'm going to take a few minutes. We're going to bring her on, and we're going to share some of our pearls of wisdom that she's got for us. Because if you are developing or wondering about your gifts, or just wondering about your own soul connection, she is truly the legend to talk to about all matters of spirit and soul. And Tony, can we see if Mavis is on, please?
We sure can.
Okay,
here we go.
Drum roll.
Hi.
Hello. Let's see. Do we see her?
Hi.
Oh, hi, Mavis. Hello.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Very
Yeah.
nice group. Yes, really enjoying it.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
And the teaching went well today then?
Yes, it has. Yes, well, it has for me. I enjoyed it. So I think everybody else did. Well, you hope they do. But you
Yes.
never know sometimes, do you? They'll say, oh, it was good, but you don't know what they're saying behind your back.
Yes, yes. And you have a lot coming up. This is a pretty big tour for you this round, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it's really quite wonderful to be meeting so many people. You know, I love the contact with people. I love people. And it's lovely to be in so many different ways, talking to so many different people about different parts of mediumship, which I'm loving. And I'm loving the online as well, so that's good.
Yes.
And I certainly am looking forward to Long Beach and Vegas because those will be good. I'm looking forward to Vegas because, of course, I'm going to work in a church, which for me is very important. It's really
wow.
important indeed. And then we'll do the seminar later on. So we're doing that in a hotel. And then we might have a treat and be able to get in to see Celine Dion.
Oh, wow.
So
How
that
incredible.
will be the icing on the cake if that comes off. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a wonderful time. It's mediumship, it's social, it's got, the content is lovely, but the people in the group is superb. And the people online are good.
Yes.
I can't imagine all this technology, really. I mean, I remember the first time I was talking about technology with someone in the spirit world, and all I'd got was a fruit phone. I hadn't got a clue what I was talking about, but I had a fruit phone. And it ended up that it was something to do with the boy who actually had created the BlackBerry.
Oh, wow.
I was talking to his mum. That was wonderful. Okay, so here I am with all this technology that I don't understand. If I hadn't got Alison and I hadn't got my Gina, I've got to tell you, I really wouldn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, well, they're a wonderful team to have around anyway, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So you're going to be in Vegas May 22nd through the 24th, and you're doing the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas. Is that correct? It's an intensive, 3-day intensive mediumship?
Absolutely. You're quite correct there.
Wow, yeah. How incredible is that, though? I'll tell you. If you didn't make your legendary mark yet, you're gonna make it in Vegas.
I hope so. Mavis in Vegas, they keep saying.
Yes.
Okay. So that's lovely, isn't it?
But
I'm just looking forward to doing it and looking forward to the work.
Yes.
I've met the people from the church, so that's going to please me that I'm going there because that's part of what I believe in. I believe in the philosophy behind mediumship, not just mediumship. So it suits me fine. Okay.
Yes. And tomorrow night you have an event in Long Beach with James Van Prague. Is that right?
I'm definitely going to be working with my friend James Van Prague. Yes, tomorrow night. It'll be fun because he's fun. He's a lovely lad.
I got to see you two last time you were in town. I'll tell you what, anybody, if you are out there and Long Beach is even within a couple hours, get out there. I believe they're at the Renaissance Hotel in Long Beach, and it's phenomenal. I think seeing you two together and the passion and chemistry and beautiful connections, it's definitely one of those moments that will ever be with me, for sure.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say so, Colby. We're as different as chalk and cheese, but we fit together very well.
People like that, I mean, and that's the wonderful thing about mediums and mediumship is that we can be individual beings serving spirit.
Absolutely. And we should always remain unique individuals, unique spirit, working for spirit. And I agree with you there. And once we try to be like someone else, well, we lose it altogether then. We've got to be ourselves, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely. And what do you think in all the years, I know I do keep mentioning the 50 plus years. I don't know if you, but in all of that wealth of experience and knowledge, obviously you're dedicated to spirit and serving spirit. What is the advice that you would give up and coming mediums who are looking to make this their path, their journey?
I think the first thing would be kind to yourself. I think that that's very important, to be kind and considerate, because it's a very, at the beginning, it's very stressful.
Yes.
So kindness for the self, and then to be kind to other mediums that are, you know, that are evolving, because we are all so similar with the negative side as well as the positive side. So I think serving each other is one of the important things. And then to find the medium, the teacher that is right for you.
Yeah.
There's a teacher for everyone, but one teacher isn't for everybody. So finding the teacher that's right for you, but going to different seminars and listening to different people's opinions and ideas, because that's all we've got, Colby. We've only got opinions of the way we evolve. That's what we pass on to other people.
Yes.
You know, so these lovely, somebody said to me today something, it's like you give golden nuggets. And I feel that you can go to every medium and you can find a golden nugget somewhere in what they're saying or what they're teaching. And that sounded wonderful to me. So I thought, well, I'm so pleased I've got golden nuggets to give away.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of them, and I think that joy that you bring to people and the knowledge and the insight, it really helps people. And it, you know, again, having the history and the experience to be able to share with someone, hey, it's not always perfect. You're going to get a no. And if you get a no, this is how you live through it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Worry about the yeses. Go with the yeses. Ignore the no's. Let them go over your head. But don't forget to say thank you to the person who gives you a no, because they're being honest.
Yes.
So don't worry about it. Just say thank you very much, and just let the spirit carry on telling you their story. That's my philosophy for mediums. Instead of thinking, oh God, I've got to go back and I've got to change that into a yes. You don't have to do that at all, because of course you and I can't prove life after death. Only the spirit world can do that through us.
That's true.
So if we keep taking over every time we get a no, then we hold up the evidence that the spirit world want to bring us. That's my philosophy. And it makes for a happy medium.
No pun, right?
No pun. No, I think that's something, if I leave behind, I'd like to think I'd left behind, would be that I've left happy people, because happy people make happy mediums.
Yes.
And that's so important.
And I think too, I know one of the, for me personally, just one of the things that you're always teaching and encouraging and reinforcing is the joy in the work, the joy of working with spirit and working with people and being a part of that connection.
Absolutely. It's so important because, you know, aren't we privileged to be part of a miracle?
Yes.
That makes you in awe. I'm in awe that, you know, I can be part of a miracle that's being created through communication. I can prove that life continues after death because somebody gives it to me, not because I can do it, but that they can give it to me. But I'm part of it, and what a wonderful thought. And then, of course, you're part of the love pull as well, aren't you?
Yes.
You've got the love from the spirit world, you've got the love from the people that hear, and you're caught up in it. So we're wrapped up in love all the time we're working, and we're wrapped up in their thanksgiving for the communication and the miracle that's taking place. So how wonderful is that? What wonderful lives we have.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of dross and there's a lot that we'd like to get rid of, isn't there? But when you really get down to the nuts and bolts, it's a wonderful, wonderful life.
It is beautiful, and there's nothing that really can describe or compare that feeling of being within that connection, and it's like you lose all time and space. It's like
Absolutely.
There's such an energy around of that love that you're talking about, and I don't know, I always feel like that spirit world, whoever it is, all they want to really reinforce is the love that they have for the person in that physical, right?
Yes, they're sometimes not interested in giving you their name or the date that they died, and they just want to say, hi, I just called to tell you that I love you.
Yes.
And sometimes that doesn't satisfy the medium, but it satisfies the spirit world.
Yes. And that's what, when I share with students or anyone, it's not about interrogation, it's about integration, right? It is sharing. Yeah.
I keep saying, if I could drop the word evidence and put in its place communication, then we'd be getting somewhere. Because I think we were seeking evidence, and part of the time, particularly when you're starting out on this journey, is kind of the evidence proves you're a medium.
Yes.
And I can understand that. But once you then become professional, it should be, no, I don't need the evidence. I can communicate because I know I'm a medium. And that makes it, that really makes the completeness of it, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful advice for everyone out there that is learning and growing. What is that process when you have a student and you see them developing and you truly see them starting to surrender and trust and love what they're doing? What does that look like to you, or what is that experience like for you as the teacher tutor?
Wow. Great. Another servant for the spirit world.
Yeah.
And you know it. But it's not always the we've got to be careful, haven't we? Because we can have people that are supposed to be on the big platforms doing the big theaters, a little bit like you, that they really have come actually to promote it in a different way. Then you've got your other excellent mediums that work in a quieter way, perhaps with groups, perhaps with little circles, perhaps going to little centers. But the quality of their mediumship is as it should be for the spirits that are going to use them. So I think we've got to be careful, haven't we, of actually not trying to define what is a good medium, but to define that we all have a place within the spectrum of communication. And I think that's important too. I remember many, many years ago being told I was a propaganda medium. And that meant that I was going to do such a lot. And actually, I think that I've lived up to this woman that told me that. But what I would say at the time, it did me more harm than it did me good, because I couldn't, in my conscious mind, I couldn't see that.
Yeah.
So sometimes we've got to grow into who we are going to be. We can't instantly become it.
That's a wonderful reassurance too. For those, we had one of the callers before you were on, and she said, I don't think my skill level is up yet. And it's, don't worry about the skill, worry about the love and the natural development though. I think we can always be learning. We are learning, always grow. There's never a there, right?
Well, it's like what I've said today to the students. There's never a fully developed medium. There are only mediums that are on a development journey.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it 50 years, and yet there are things happening now with my mediumship that's quite new. So I know that we're always learning. I know that we're always progressing towards that either acceptance, delivery, or contact with the spirit world. So, I don't believe we've got any fully developed mediums. I believe we're all developing.
We're all developing souls and spirits along the way, aren't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're all here to make the mistakes. We're all here to do the right thing. We're all here to just do the very best we can with what we've got. And that's what I love about it, really. and the freedom of choice to make your own decisions for your mediumship with the help of your soul.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And you were mentioning teachers and tutors earlier, and it's incredible to see how many people, not only have you delivered messages to in audience and churches and in many venues, but how many students you have helped for them to kind of find their wings.
I hope so. If you're saying that, Colby, then I feel a very privileged woman.
Oh,
because, you know, I don't see that. You just see that you're doing and being who you are. But thank you. That I feel very, very privileged that you've said that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are welcome. But I will tell you, I feel personally, it's just, you know, you always refer to Gordon Higginson, and obviously, you know, I didn't get to know him, but I feel just as honored to say, I got to talk to Mavis. I got to work with Mavis. I got her pearls of wisdom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And it's beautiful that you have, you know, honored him and his work and his teaching, and have carried on his work as well.
Yes. And sometimes, you know, I can be in a group of people like this, this seminar we're doing here.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll see him come in and stand behind a student.
Wow.
And I know he's actually saying to me, keep your eye on this one. Yeah, you know, this is going to be helpful, or you're going to be able to do this with this person. So he's still around supporting unfolding mediums.
Wow.
And still with beginners. He doesn't just work with the hierarchy. You'll find him working with people that are on the first seminar, or are just trying it out, or have come as an inquirer. And there he'll just be stood behind them. And I just know by his stance what he's saying. So it's wonderful.
That just gave me chills.
Yeah, it's lovely. It gives me chills when I see him do it. He doesn't talk to me very much. I must admit he is not. It's not become my, my helper in the world of the spirit. But I do know he actually touches so many different people.
Yeah.
He really loved the communication when he was here. He really believed in mediums. He believed in mediumship.
Yeah.
The whole of his life. And therefore his philosophy, his truth, whatever he was involved with, that's gone on with him. And he's still as interested now as he was then.
Yeah, it's incredible that you're able, again, to kind of have that connection and see him. But again, people who are in a room with you, you can feel it. You can feel it's like you're syrup for the soul.
Well, I'm so pleased about that. I won't ration it, I promise. Okay.
It is. Don't let it go to your head, Mavis.
A bit late for that now, don't you think? I think it's a bit late for that now.
It's amazing that it is amazing to see, how many lives you impact. And you have a mediumship online class that you're doing. Is that May 19th, I believe? Mediumship online, is that right?
Yes, you mean on the computer, don't you?
Yes, sorry, on the computer.
That's all right.
Yes.
So we're doing a webinar. That's a new one on me. I don't really understand what that really means, but I'm doing it. I think I'm going to be talking like I am to you through a computer. I think that's what it is. So we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be doing it on awareness and blending.
Oh, wonderful.
So, you know, that's really what I love, because I love the spirituality of it. I love the idea of getting us involved with our own spirit and our own soul. And that's going to be like a 3-hour seminar, I believe, with a break in the middle, because it's such a large topic.
Yes.
It's not something you can condense. You have to do it correctly, or otherwise you're going to leave people out on a limb kind of thing, and that's not what I believe in. So that's why it's going to be that 3 hours. But I'm looking forward to it, actually, because at least I sit down when I'm on this machine. When I'm working with people, I'm on my feet because I can't sit down. But I can sit down when I'm talking on the computer. Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. And for any of the listeners out there, if you don't mind, they can find all three of these events on spiritcommunications.com. I believe that's Allison's website. Allison does so much for the spirit world, doesn't she? Helping.
Yeah,
and
she does.
I don't know how she can put this all together.
No, I don't either. There has to be time for Allison in this.
Yeah, it's but you know, again, it's you know, having that privilege to serve, and it's spiritcommunication.com. And again, I believe they can go on that website and they can sign up for tomorrow night with James, and they can sign up for the webinar that you're doing. And I believe you still have some room in Vegas. Can people still sign up for that?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, try it, you guys. I'm telling you, if you can get in there, or at least get on that webinar for sure. And I mean, yes, it's phenomenal. And you know what you sound like. You sound like my agent. No, Mavis, I will tell you, it's I can only speak for myself. I see what you've done for me, honestly, and what you've taught me, and I just see how much you resonate from such a special place that yes, I have no qualms if I'm your agent.
Well, you're my friend as well, of course. We mustn't forget that either. So you might be a bit prejudiced. Okay, you love me. All right.
I do love you. I do. But again, it's you know, you're out there, and it's not easy to have the schedule and to maintain what you're doing, and to honestly always have that inspiration to have that energy. I guess spirit must just give you the energy when you need it, huh?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure I get a lot of backup. Very helpful. And here again, you know, Colby, we've got the discarnate spirit that are there, but we've got the incarnate spirit as well. So I've got a group of people around me. We've got Jean, we've got Alison, I've got Annie, I've got so many people that actually are there for me, like you being there for me in thought. So if I wasn't well and you saw it, you'd start sending me healing thoughts. All this that goes on that's unseen, but nevertheless it keeps people alive, and it keeps them going, and it keeps them healthy.
Yeah.
And I feel very honored that I have such a lovely team around, both here and from the spirit world, that actually work to keep me going. So they obviously don't want me in the spirit world just yet, do they? Okay. They're not withdrawing their support, let's put it that way. Okay.
Yeah, and so real quick, we have just a couple minutes left, if you can believe it. For the webinar, if you know, you talked about that blending. If you don't mind just sharing just a minute of what that means for those who are interested in a webinar but don't quite understand what blending means.
Blending means opening your soul, expanding the auric field, and becoming aware that you are merging into a oneness with the spirit world. That's really what we're aiming for, is to talk about you. You have to, you see, the spirit world don't make a contact with you. You have to do that. So therefore, the more we can blend our thoughts, our soul, our inspiration, and move that power out into the auric field so that the spirit world see our light, they see our power, and they're drawn to us. That's what we want. So we're getting this blending with the spirit world. And when they blend with us, they do that through the clairsentience. So that means that they touch the essence of our soul. And through that essence, they then can give us the awareness of who they are and what kind of lives they lived when they were here. So the blending is very, very important. The awareness, that's different, because the awareness is being aware the power of the planets and the universe, and understanding how we are part of that source, how we belong to, we give to, we take from. So that's the difference between the two. And there is a strong difference between the two. And it's being aware of self, you know, because our mediums are sometimes so sensitive that they have to become aware of how to learn to actually go into their power and to know that they have this God source within them and that they can rely on that source of wealth and power and let that allow them to blend out, to become part of the naturalness of being a medium, because you're a natural medium, but once you start bringing it and you start developing it, it becomes unnatural.
Yes.
And then it becomes natural again.
Yeah.
And all these things have to be discussed because it would take away such a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Mediumship can create at the beginning. And even for our advanced mediums, I mean, you must have met people that are professional, and yet sometimes the stress level that they go under is extraordinary. And sometimes it's just that going back into that discipline of being connected with the inner God source within, and not being afraid, and knowing that power can move and blend with the other world. All of it is so important. So awareness and blending, to me, you have to have the awareness to blend.
Okay, yeah.
You've got to put the blending first. You've got to put the awareness first. Okay, and that's what we will be doing.
Awesome. Okay, so for anyone out there, it's spiritcommunication.com. You can sign up for the webinar. And Mavis, I really want to thank you and Jean and Allison for, you know, I know you taught all day. You're all tired and exhausted. So thank you all so much for coming on the show tonight. And I do appreciate it. I know the listeners appreciate it. And I really wish I was in LA to see you, but no, my thoughts and love were with you.
Well, let me thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak and to be with you. And Godspeed on your journey, because I know you're going to be very, very busy in the future.
Thank you.
So enjoy it. Good night. You. God bless. Good night.
Good night, Mavis. Good night. Good night, Jean and Allison.
Good night. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.